All right, we are visiting today on our series with, we're calling it Cat Claws, here at the University of Arizona with the Hogan brothers, the twin brothers, right? John and Toppie. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So we're going to start off with a little bit about talking about where you guys are from and what brought you to the University of Arizona. So who wants to start? Where do we call home?
So we're from St. Louis, Missouri. We've been playing hockey since we're about 2 or 3. And my mom went here, my dad went here, my sister went here. Some aunt and uncles went here, so as I tell everyone, this is just where Hogans go.
So when we talk about St. Louis to Arizona, was there connections before that for your parents and stuff, or was it just somewhere they all wanted to go to school?
So my dad's older brother went here. My dad fell in love with just the southwestern country, and then my mom's grandma retired out here. So,
okay.
We have deep connections here at Tucson, so this is our second home for sure.
So you guys have been here now in your 3rd year with the program, but actually seniors as far as we're talking academically, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit about when you got here and you took a little time to get started in the program, and then Coach Berman showed up and things started to roll from there?
So we did not play our freshman year, and then Coach Berman came our sophomore year. We didn't even play our first semester, and I was actually doing stats with Coach and helping out. And about midway through the season, I asked Coach, hey, if we're good enough to play, can we come out for a practice? And he said, hey, if you're better one of my 12 forwards, I'll slide you in. So we did a crash course over Christmas break and got ready, and the rest is history, I guess.
Obviously, he was looking at a couple of guys that are 6'4" to put up front, too, I'm thinking.
I had never met him before. I had gone to a couple games because he was working for him, and one day I think I was eating a bag of chips, fat, in my apartment in October, and he came in and just said, hey, we're playing hockey next year, go get on the treadmill. So, okay. I got on the treadmill and went to kind of like boot camp for 2 months to get back in shape, and everything worked out for us, so we're happy, grateful for him.
So last year you had a pretty good season. This year I know you guys are looking to advance on that and get into that national tournament, maybe bring that elusive national title back here to the old Pueblo, right?
Absolutely. Coach, we lost one player last year, but I think Coach has brought in 10 or 11 new guys, so even though we only lost one, it's definitely a different team, and I'm sure we'll be moving up in the rankings as the year goes on.
Let's talk about both of your styles of play. John, first of all, what's your style of play on the ice? What do you like to do? Where do you think you excel at?
Well, I definitely don't excel at skating. That's always been not my favorite thing to do. But I think I compensate for it for being one of the smarter kids on the ice. And I'm a pass-shoot kind of guy, so give the puck to this guy and let him do all the work.
And this guy is Toppie, and the first thing we're going to do is find out how we ended up with Toppie. You told me off camera, but let's tell everybody how we ended up with the name Toppie.
Name's Brian Christopher Hogan. My dad's name is Brian, so I was going to go by that. Try to go by Christopher. That usually gets shortened to Chris. That's my mother's name, so kind of a double whammy there. But my grandpa called me Topher when we were 2 or 3 years old, and John got Toppie. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it stuck, and I've gone by ever since. In high school, is on my school ID, it's on my transcripts here, is what I go by. So if you call Brian, I'm not going to turn.
So what's the driver's license look like, Toppie or Brian?
That says Brian Christopher Hogan. I can't get that one.
Can't get away with that?
No.
All right, so Toppie, tell me a little bit about your style on the ice. What do you like to do? What's your forte?
I try to do everything. If that's blocking shots, if that's scoring. Usually people kind of see the scoring, the passing type of thing. I've always played with him. I think this is our 14th or 15th year playing together. So we have that twin telepathy,
right?
Some people say. But I love to score goals. I love to work hard. As he said, he's not the greatest skater, and I'm not that far behind. So we actually this year have a kid that I think we have to put a speed limit on the ice for because he's so fast. But we just love to pass, shoot, and score. It's right out of Miracle, but I mean it's smarter, live in the corners, come out of the corners, be a possession type line instead of making the fast-paced game.
Obviously, your size for the both of you makes you pretty imposing figures on the ice. Is that something that you tend to use as a positive for you?
People have usually called me the gentle giant. I don't really hit all that much, but I definitely use my size in the corners. That's kind of where I live and breathe. So, when some puck battles in the corners and give it to my line mates. That's kind of how I play hockey. So
I'd say I use the body a little more than he does, but nothing like a lot of people. Oh, you're 6'4", you got to kill people out there. That's about my last thing I do.
So tell me a little bit about the season so far. You guys are off to a good 3-0 start. Lack of ice time, obviously, here in Tucson, but the opportunity now to make some waves on the national scene, right?
Absolutely. Compared to last year, we've gotten a lot better. When we went up to NAE last year, we lost 1-0, and not a very good game. And Coach Berman was nice enough to bag us off ice after that. So this year's been a lot better. The character's a lot better in the room. We have good leadership, and again, we're off to a 3-0 start. We got a real dogfight this upcoming weekend, but we're excited for the opportunity.
So I can't let you guys go without telling me about the hat here. We got a Toronto Blue Jays and a Cleveland, correct?
Okay, so I'm a big hat guy.
Okay.
31 of them here at school right now. So I'm always looking for new hats. I've been kind of jumped on the Blue Jays bandwagon about 4 years ago when they made the ripples in postseason and the Jose Bautista bat flip, that whole
right
thing. But we're huge Cardinals fans, being from St. Louis.
Sure.
And this is kind of the first year we haven't been in the playoffs, so it's new to us. But I've been a Blue Jays fan, so my team immediately was the Blue Jays when the Cardinals didn't get in. And
I have no connection to Cleveland at all. I don't like the Cavaliers. I don't like LeBron. But I like Cleveland. They don't have any superstars. They're just kind of just a good group of very good players. And I like their coach, Terry Francona. He went to the U of A. So, again, back to the U of A.
Yeah, I hear you. And they're both American League teams, so the Cardinals are easing up on you, right?
They're facing off right now, but at the end of the day, anybody who can beat the Cubs is our team right now. So we're with the Giants right now, and it's not the Giants. And it's either the Nationals or the Dodgers, but anybody can beat the Cubs.
So let's talk about the education part of it being down here, since you're student athletes. What's the majors?
So I'm a finance major, so I'm in the Ellard College of Management. My dad runs his own company, so I've always been interested in that. So he said, management and sales, you can kind of learn that as you go. So
right.
It's good to learn the numbers aspect of the business. So that's why I chose finance. And I hate accounting. Okay. So that's why I did finance.
Toppie, how about you?
I was thinking about doing a whole business college, but I went through accounting and just not good at that. And it's so bad. But I've always been more of an outgoing, talkative person who feels I make a good salesman. So I decided to jump into the communications major, and I'm minoring in sports management. So kind of hitting it all right now. But that's what I'm planning on doing and graduating here sooner or later. But
it's the Harvard of the Southwest.
There you go, Harvard of the Southwest. We're going to talk a little bit about something that's I know very special to you guys. I was fortunate to go with you guys on the trip, and I was there in the locker room when Coach gave you the puck for somebody pretty special to you. So could you tell me a little bit about Grandpa Hogan?
So it was my mom's grandpa, and he passed away last week. And obviously we had been notified a couple weeks before that he wasn't doing so well. So we played Friday against NAU, and then we traveled home that Saturday to say our goodbyes and tell him how much he meant to us. So it was a nice gesture by Coach, and the guys could not have been nicer and more supportive of us. So, this hockey team, you're playing with them for 7-8 months out of the year. It's more of a family than a team. So, great gesture, and our grandpa, when we gave it to him, he couldn't keep it together. Kind of tears were running out of his eyes. So it was a special moment for both of us.
Awesome. I thank you guys for the time, and good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you.